Hello, my name's Jude Riddings, and I'm really pleased to be able to talk to you today with my team about the work the Stockport SHAPES Alliance does for the children of Stockport. Thank you so much for watching our presentation. So I'm sure you're wondering what SHAPES actually stands for. So we are known as Stockport SHAPES Alliance, and SHAPES stands for Schools, Health, Activity, PE and Sport. We are a team made up of 8 people, and within that 8 people, we provide a wide range of nationally recognised high quality opportunities for pupils, as well as supporting the head teachers, the subject leads, and all the schools to engage pupils in physical activity as part of a healthy lifestyle. So we offer quality support and guidance to schools to maximise the impact of the primary PE and sport premium, which we'll talk to you about a little bit later on, and the school games programme, which we do as part of our role as school games organisers. We have presently 69 of our primary schools are members of SHAPES and 14 of our secondary schools. So let's meet the team. We're made up of myself, Lee Sanders, Dan Turner and Lauren Dickinson-Smith, who are our central team. And then we have our very experienced PE specialists who are trained PE teachers. Their main role in the primary schools is to deliver curriculum support to primary staff to upskill and give them the confidence to teach high quality PE, amongst many other things that we'll cover later in the presentation. And they are Ros Callahan, Leanne Ferber, Jude Wall and Jenny Gorn. So what is SHAPES? As previously mentioned, we provide schools with professional development through our PE specialists. The central team also offer and deliver whole staff training to schools around different aspects of the PE curriculum: active schools, school readiness, adaptive learning and Ofsted preparation, amongst other things. We also deliver a wide range of events throughout the academic year to ensure we are inclusive and that there are opportunities for all children regardless of ability and confidence. We provide many leadership opportunities which contribute to employability skills, as well as intervention programmes to engage the least active and address mental well-being as well as the physical. We also link with many of Stockport's community clubs to provide pathways from school to club for our children. Children should be doing at least 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity daily, as stated by the Chief Medical Officer. And schools have been given the responsibility to facilitate 30 of those active minutes. So we support the schools to deliver those 30 active minutes through various initiatives and sharing of good practice. Our competition structure, which will be explained more later in the presentation, has clear intent and is inclusive of all abilities and confidences. And as previously mentioned, our priorities also include supporting schools to develop leadership opportunities, deliver high quality PE lessons, link with community clubs and provide intervention programmes. The SHAPES team sits in Public Health in Stockport Council, and the wording in red on this slide highlights where our work is relevant in the Stockport Health and Care Plan and shows why we are placed in public health.
Hi, I'm Dan, and as Jude said, I'm part of the central team here at SHAPES. This is the PESSPA National Report 2025 that's produced by the Youth Sport Trust. PESSPA, if you don't know, stands for PE, School Sport and Physical Activity. Now, there's some worrying headlines here, one being that nearly 1 in 5 students have had their PE lessons cancelled in the last academic year. This would be really interesting to find out at your school as to whether this has happened, whether it's above the national average or below the national average. A couple of the more positive comments would be that 71% of children want to be more active and 96% of teachers agree that sport and play benefits mental well-being. On the next few slides, I'm going to be showing you some infographics. Don't worry if you can't read them, you've had them emailed with this presentation. On this slide, we have got some data regarding high quality PE. We've got some stats regarding our community club links, and also we've got our competition numbers. Here on the left, we have our data from participation in healthy active lifestyles, and on the right, we have comments from schools on how Shapes is making a difference to them. I'd like to highlight a couple of these. One, giving the confidence to lead PE and share with school staff. And from participation, every child has represented school in an event. On the left, we have more comments from schools, but regarding competition, inclusion, high quality PE, and community club pathways. On the right, you'll see teacher comments who have been to our events and had some positive feedback. As well as teacher feedback from our events, we also collect children's comments. On the left, you'll see some examples of these, and on the right, you'll see some further details to how our PE specialists can support schools with their offer.
Hi, so I'm Lee. I'm part of the Shapes team, a former PE primary specialist and head teacher. And as Jude mentioned, we do have 4 PE specialists who go into schools, and this infographics is some of the feedback from the staff that we've had about them. So you can't read them there, but one of them in particular would say our PE specialist is excellent in every area and makes every PE lesson fun, informative and fitness focused. She develops children's knowledge, skills and fitness and knows every child personally, recognising their strengths and areas for development. She forms excellent relationships with adults too, and equally works with a teacher to develop their own knowledge and skills. We'd be lost without her. And that's just a sample of the feedback that we get from them. They really do add great value to the professional development in the schools that choose to have them. One of the things we also support schools with is their school games mark. That's for the standard of PE within their Key Stage 2. We also have our own kite marks for the EYFS and for Key Stage 1. On the slide here, you can see how many schools got the various different awards for school games marked during the year. You might be able to see your school, and it's certainly something we'll be encouraging all schools to apply for and ideally aim for that Platinum Award. Obviously, any award is a great one. And with it, they'll then get the kite mark, which can be used in various publications. The kite mark requires you to do the health check-in, which we encourage schools to do during the autumn term, and we do that with them at one of our PE lead meetings, and then the actual application window is open during the summer term. We run a variety of events and competitions during the course of the year, and they all have clear intent, as we've mentioned already, and we cater for all levels. So for those children who want to be really competitive and incredibly sporty, but also our aim is that every child from a school can represent their school at a Shapes or another event during the course of the year. And indeed, we provide a certificate for children doing so for the first time, with our main emphasis being on promoting that love of activity and all the benefits it brings, so as to develop skills, confidence and a love of activity embedded with them for the rest of their life. This slide highlights the eclectic mix of the activities and events and competitions that we do, and they are at all levels, and that's really nice, whether they're festival based or, as I mentioned, if they are competitive. They also cover all year groups, and that's really great. And we do encourage EYFS children, so that's nursery and reception, to either come along to activities or for us to go into schools and to run events specifically for one or a couple of schools. Events are a big part of what we do at Shapes, but only a part of it. And the Creating Active Schools, or CAS, is something that we're really passionate about and try to support every school to be involved with. As mentioned already, children should be doing 60 minutes of activity every day, and 30 minutes of that is in school. And CAS really does exactly what it says, and it's taking every opportunity to encourage children to be active, be that in a maths lesson, in between lessons, the start and the end of a day. And in the slide here, the red text highlights what the pivotal aspects are, and it really does need that top-down approach where the leadership team are fully involved in encouraging as much activity as possible. We've currently got 25 schools involved in our CAS programme in Stockport, so please do check if your school is involved, and if not, have that discussion with the school as to how that could benefit them. We provide CPD for that, and there's some upcoming, so again, you're very welcome to attend that, or any of the school staff. We do encourage, as mentioned previously, a member of the leadership team to be involved, because initially it involves benchmarking via a self-assessment tool, which we've adapted from a national one, which looks at policy, environment and stakeholders and opportunities, asking various questions as to what you currently do, and then also the CPD is that we provide opportunities to how you could involve more activity within those areas. There is a great video which explains all about CAS, and you can scan the QR code or the links there, as well as being in the description. And we do encourage you to watch that 6-minute video so as you can find out even more about CAS. This diagram highlights the benefits of a great PE curriculum and being a physical active school. It really is so important to be physical active and for all staff to understand these benefits, and that in PE and physical activity, all the things they offer, be that behaviour, learning, enthusiasm, and really how it develops a child's personal growth.
Whilst physical literacy is a part of everyday life, it is really important that all staff and children know what the term means, so that schools can design their programmes in conjunction with pupil voice in order for all children to benefit positively from the activities they experience in school. So to that end, we have created these posters for schools to use with their children and staff. The one on the left is for the staff room, and the one on the right is for the PE notice board, so that the children can see it. Physical literacy, in its broadest sense, is the relationship we have with physical activity through life, and is explained a little bit more in our posters. One of our other programmes that we are really passionate about is our early years school readiness workshops. We have been delivering this course for the last couple of years, sometimes to early years and Key Stage 1 staff, and other times to the whole primary staff. Currently, we have delivered the workshop to 10 schools covering 125 teachers. The aims of the programme are on this slide, and in discussing ways in which we can help non-ready children and bridge that gap between home and school, we also provide schools with a resource containing simple activities that can be done at home and at school. This slide shows you some anecdotal quotes from some of the staff who have actually taken part in the workshop, and as you can see, some really positive work going on in this area. So we facilitate and deliver many intervention programmes that are targeted at specific groups of children. For example, our girls and boys active clubs are aimed at targeting low active, low confident children to attend a club specifically for their gender, and through pupil collaboration deliver an activity specific club that they have chosen. These have varied over the years in makeup and include hiring a specialist coach to deliver the club, teacher-led clubs, taking children to a venue to experience the activity at a specialist venue. There has been a lot of success in retention over the many years these clubs have been delivered, and some children who lacked confidence before have gone on to represent their school as a result of attending one of these clubs. Change for Life activity clubs are weekly clubs targeted mainly at lower Key Stage 2, but not always, again to build a confidence and love of taking part in physical activity. They are delivered by children in Year 5 generally, who have been trained to deliver short and engaging small games. Our physical activity and mental wellbeing programme has been facilitated by some funding given to us from Public Health to put into a project targeting mental wellbeing using physical activity. More will be outlined on this in the next slide. We are working with ABL at the moment on a pilot project for schools to engage families of children with unhealthy weight issues in a programme of nutrition and physical activity. And hopefully this will be able to expand into more schools over the next coming years. Over the year, we put many opportunities on for our pupil premium children. These include experience days at the Chill Factor and Linnet Clough. We work with our schools to use physical activity to aid transition from different key stages and have many specific opportunities for our SEND children to enjoy being active and taking part in festivals and competitions. This slide gives you a little bit more detail about our physical activity and mental wellbeing project. Currently, we're analysing the results from the feedback to see what impact this project has had on the well-being of the children who've taken part in it. I'm going to let you read through it yourselves now rather than me actually reading it to you. We have many family programmes that have been developed over the years. They've been piloted in schools and then encouraged other schools to run with them to help engage families more with being physically active together. Be Active Across the Ages is about inviting families into school to take part in a small festival of activity stations together, either at drop-off time in the morning for half an hour or pick-up time in the afternoon for half an hour. Active Generations is where we have invited grandparents in to go for a walk and talk with their early years grandchildren and then learn how to play bocce together. The Family Challenge is an annual challenge for any family across Stockport with school-aged children to take part in. It is again about challenging families to be active together over the year, and activities can include going for walks, family swims, bike rides, going to the park, etc., as long as it is the whole family doing the activity together. We provide our Be Inspired theme for the year chart and a log for them to fill out to prove their physically active journey, and any family who completes the challenge receives an award at the end of the year. The food activity balance is part of the intervention work that we do with ABL that I have mentioned previously.
Here are some projects we've designed with local community clubs. We have a paddle one, where schools can go to a paddle club and have 2 hours coaching on a Thursday. We have our tennis program, where tennis clubs will go into schools and offer 6 hours of curriculum time coaching. We have a similar one with lacrosse for 5 hours. And we use cricket, rugby and athletics to host our events, allowing students to experience the club atmosphere. These are our spirit of the games. We have determination, honesty, passion, respect, self-belief and teamwork. They're awarded to children who have been nominated by their own members of staff who have shown an example of a particular spirit at each of our events. We place more importance on these than the actual final placings by ensuring we announce these winners first. They receive a badge and a certificate to wear with pride at home or at school on their lapels or jumpers.
As you know, each primary school in the country is awarded the PE and Sport Premium each year to spend on enhancing PE, school sport and physical activity opportunities for all their pupils. The government have outlined a number of key indicators that schools need to address with this funding. As you will know, each school receives £16,000 plus £10 per pupil based on the population from the previous May's school census. This slide shows you what the school is allowed to spend the funding on throughout the academic year. Following on from that, this slide shows what the ineligible spend is for the PE and Sport Premium. So I'll leave you to a little read of that.
Each year we have a different theme for our Be Inspired cross-curricular programme based around a global sporting event. This year is the Commonwealth Games based in Glasgow Summer 2026. We have called our theme Go Glasgow Go and have produced a poster around the sports included in the Commonwealth Games. The School Challenge and the Family Challenge are both based around this. For the School Challenge, schools record all their inter and intra activities, ticking off the icons on the map as they go. The Family Challenge Jude has already spoken about, and the individual school awards can be found on the right, where we celebrate schools and individuals nominated. We provide a comprehensive leadership tool for schools to use with our leadership pathway. We host centralised training at Key Stage 1, Lower Key Stage 2 and Upper Key Stage 2, providing the children with the skills needed when being a leader in their schools. Our Leadership Academy includes Play Leader Training, Young Ambassador Training and Change for Life Champions. Children receive awards and logbooks to complete to earn their bronze, silver, gold and platinum levels. Schools are able to adapt this training to suit their needs as they see fit.
So if you'd like to know anything more about anything we've talked about or have any questions, please do get in touch. We're really keen to ensure that your school is making the most of shapes. So be that to become a CAS school or enhance your CAS provision that you've got so far, please welcome to come along to any shapes event that we are running. Just check in with your school as to what they're doing or anything else you'd like to know. We hope you found this presentation really useful. We will just benefit from a little bit of feedback from you. So if you could just scan that QR code in or pop the web address to come to our form. That'd be really great for us. Please do discuss anything you've learned or any questions you have with your school. I think that would be really useful. Or of course, get in touch with us, be that by email, phone us, and we will hopefully help you to enhance the physical activity and the PE within your school. Thank you very much.